Because I know that within BA, even during a downturn, you are constantly striving for innovation. So you mentioned the customer. Is that one area, and what are the others that maybe you shouldn't drop the ball on, that you should continue to maintain momentum in, even during a downturn that we've just come out of within the process excellence?
Well, I think innovation and lean are, interesting together. One of the things British Airways is renowned for is innovation. Yeah. So whether that's innovation in flatbeds, whether that's innovation in terms of our new first cabin that we've just introduced and the service that you get on that, or whether it's innovation in ba.com and online check-in. So we're very, very proud of innovation. But the trick with innovation is not to do it everywhere and not to do it all the time, but to focus it, have lots of ideas, but then funnel them and concentrate on the ones that make real difference. As well as innovation, you need process excellence, and that means simplifying and standardizing processes and ensuring that you've got good processes that are efficient and get rid of waste.
I've noticed that in most organizations, this function comes under the COO, and in British Airways, obviously, it's under the CIO. Is there a strategic reason for that, or?
Well, we don't have a COO, so
okay.
That's possibly one of the reasons. But also, it was, as I said, it did grow up in the engineering department. They were absolutely passionate about it. So we had a process group, and we really weren't making that much progress talking about process. Now, in some organisations, if you talk about process, people get really enthusiastic. Yeah. British Airways, if you use the P word, people start nodding off a bit, because actually process doesn't turn us on. What we are interested in is customer focus and the importance of serving our customers, and that's what people come to work to do. So, we weren't getting anywhere with that, and we were looking for something that would engage people, and we came across lean, and then we suddenly realised that these guys in engineering had been at it for some time, and that they'd actually been applying lean techniques there. Yeah. And then that was quite difficult because I remember we had one of our quarterly events, and one of the great things after the events, we'd get everybody to stand up and pitch their successes. Yeah. And I was talking to this guy from the Glasgow Heavy Engineering Base, where they maintain some of our fleets. Yeah. And basically his message, and I'll remove the expletives and I won't try and do the accent, and he said, if you lot from headquarters mess this up for us, we'll kill you, because what he didn't want was the guys from headquarters to come in, turn this into some corporate initiative that would then wither away, because it was something he really valued. Yeah. So, it's something you've got to build on. You've got to pull the elements together in order for it to be a success. And, again, my role is to facilitate it. The good bit I did was, and continue to do, is make sure that we have some central resource. They have champions out in the line. They have a lot of tool sets. So, we've got some, sort of short and long materials. We've got some experts we can lend to people in order to get things going, and we can facilitate things getting forward. So, if you like, I pump primed it, but it's been successful where it's been successful because the people, in each area have really owned it.
Brilliant. So the chap in engineering must be pretty pleased with where it ended up going.
Yeah.
The guys in corporate didn't mess it up, and that's for sure.
Absolutely, we tried not to. He still may have his doubts, I think.
I mentioned in the introduction that you've been able to reduce the running cost of BA IT operations by sort of 50%. So just two questions on that, Paul. Number one, were even you surprised by that success? And B, is there any transferable lessons that other people can take away from your successes by reducing that cost?
Okay, well, I guess, the IT, is a bit about lean process, but it's also about a lot of other things. And fundamentally, it's about blood, sweat, and tears over a long period, because there is no one magic bullet. It is about a lot of the principles that are in lean. So it is about simplification and standardization, and those are sort of very nice words to use on videos. But in terms of actually doing it, it's a lot of hard work. So instead of having systems built like I think sort of 18th century craft industries where they're sort of handcrafted and built by craftsmen who perfect things. Yeah. What we do is we have standardized remote builds into pre-set up environmentally effective server farms sitting in the data centers that get remotely built in a standard way on a virtualized environment. Right. Sorry, a lot of jargon in there, but basically, it's done very simply and in a very standard way, and that saves an awful lot of time and effort. And actually makes it a lot easier to maintain. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of having meaningful talks with suppliers. In terms of, you guys always talk about partnership. Do you really mean it? Are you in this for the long term? So it's actually chasing down a lot of detail. But over that 9 years, we've piled tons more into the technology. So it's not like we've halved a level thing. It's actually gone up, almost exponentially in terms of data and processing, because BA.com's now a fundamental part of of what we do. People use online check-in or self-service kiosks. Large proportion of people now book online and service online. We sell hotels, car hire, and so forth. So there's a heck of a lot more going on, on this technology as well. Yeah.
Is there any area that you think is a priority for you to further your successes in that area, reducing the running costs? Is there any area that you think that jumps to mind?
Well, what I've been saying lately is you've got to do even more with even less. Because I say we're not out of the recession. No. So cost reductions and ensuring that the cost savings, and we've taken out year on year. I think about 15% from the previous financial year. So actually concreting in those savings, which won't be easy, is a major challenge. But so you've got the cost savings on the one side. On the other side, you've got some fantastic opportunities. We've got a great app on the iPhone that we rolled out. Watch this space, some great new releases coming up. Excellent. We put dynamic packaging, which is world-leading technology, I believe, in terms of how you put together hotels, car hire, excursions, with selling the flights. We put all that together. Yeah. So there's some, you've got, well, I said it, you've got to do even more with even less, but there's some great opportunities there as well.